So let us continue with Srila Prabhupada's letter from 1973 to Prabha Vishnu. At that time he was Prabhu Vishnu Das. We started discussing Prabhupada's 6 instructions for preaching in England. So we mentioned Sankirtan procession, which is Harinam Sankirtan, street Sankirtan. And so that's clear how to do it. You can do Harinam by sitting in one place or standing in one place, and you can move throughout the city. Answer their questions, very important. So talk to people, develop a nice, friendly relationship with people, and answer their questions, any questions that they have about the clothes, about our tilak, about Sika, about our books, about our philosophy behind chanting, about our organization, the movement. Then give some leaflets with information, like there was a leaflet in Srila Prabhupada's time, Peace Formula. There was a leaflet about chanting also. There was also a brochure called Krishna Consciousness Movement is Authorized. And devotees are, creative in making different promotional materials. So Srila Prabhupada said leaflets or small information freely, for free. Distribute prasadam wherever possible, at least some small thing. I have a friend in Budapest. She wants to distribute cookies and stickers, Gauranga and Nityananda stickers all over the world together. So stickers and prasadam. And stickers have a Vanipedia link. So basically when you distribute these cookies, you can distribute Gauranga, Nityananda, the name of Gauranga, the name of Nityananda, and the sticker, the link to Vanipedia, where people can access all Srila Prabhupada's teachings in a systematically presented way, and you get prasadam. So you have a complete package in just one small pack with the cookie. Now the next thing, if there is genuine interest being shown, then request the people from that town to arrange some programs for you, some engagements for speaking in their schools, in someone's home or a hall, or today we can say in a yoga club or a vegetarian club, or different maybe sports hall or prison. There are so many places locally that are potential space for kirtan and Krishna Katha, introduction to the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. So this is what Srila Prabhupada instructed, and devotees were doing it. Tribhuvanath Prabhu, who passed away some years ago, he has started a festival program. And then after some time, actually Srila Prabhupada started to, stress book distribution. And then Tribhuvanath Prabhu, who was a brahmachari his whole life, he was confused, and at one morning walk he asked Srila Prabhupada, you said that you value so much book distribution and your instruction is to increase book distribution, so shall we just give up festival program and distribute books to please you? And he said, no, things should go simultaneously. Various programs should go simultaneously, so you can continue with your festival program. And he did it. He did it in Africa, he did it in England, and he had a lot of success with this. Prasadam distribution, kirtan, preaching. So Srila Prabhupada goes on to say, in this way, remain always without anxiety for destination and comfortable situations. So preacher is always relying only on the mercy of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says this, and just go on preaching his message and selling his books wherever there is interest. So now here Srila Prabhupada is encouraging and instilling faith in his preachers that Krishna will help you with resources, with arrangements, with facilities, but you just go on preaching. And in other places, let us not misunderstand this, that everything will happen automatically. In other places in his teachings, he says that we should use our intelligence and that we should also make an effort. Things don't happen by sitting and by chanting. We need to take action, we need to organize things, we need to learn the philosophy, we need to speak to people, build a relationship with people. So all these things are required for preaching. Then Srila Prabhupada says, we shall not waste time if there is no interest or if the people are unfriendly. There are so many places to go. But I understand from your letter that practically everyone is taking some interest. So he's speaking about England. And nowadays also in England there is interest, there is a lot of interest in Krishna consciousness, although still so many people are not Krishna conscious, and some don't even know about devotees. But Srila Prabhupada was very practical. If people are unfriendly, there is no interest, we go to places where people are interested. It's common sense. So now Srila Prabhupada is, praising the effort of the devotees at that time in England. He says, that means you are presenting the thing in a very nice manner. They can detect that here are some persons who are actually sincere and nice. Let me hear them, let me purchase one book. So it seems that here Srila Prabhupada is also giving some pointers, some indications, some instruction that if you are sincere and nice, it will inspire people to buy the book. Srila Prabhupada continues, so I can understand that it is not an easy matter to travel extensively over long periods of time without proper food, rest, and sometimes it must be very cold there also. And still, because you are getting so much enjoyment, spiritual enjoyment from it, it seems like a play to you. That is advanced stage of spiritual life, never attained by even the greatest yogis and so-called jnanis. So Srila Prabhupada is expressing his appreciation for their preaching and for taking up austerity of traveling and eating very simple food, not big cooking facilities. Sorry, due to the connection, it breaks down, sorry. So Srila Prabhupada was praising devotees because they took up austerity of traveling extensively, having very simple food, no big cooking facilities. He also is aware that in England sometimes it's very cold. But on the other hand, he says that you are getting so much spiritual enjoyment from preaching. And all these difficulties seem like a play to you, something not so significant. And then he concludes, he says, this is advanced stage of spiritual life, never attained by even the greatest yogis and so-called jnanis. So it is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita that jnanis, yogis, and karmis, they can never be peaceful. Ataeva Shanta, Bhukti Mukti, Siddhikami, Sakali Ashanta, Krishna Bhakta, Nishkama, Ataeva Shanta. Devotee is always peaceful, because he's always engaged in Krishna service. And Bhukta, Mukta and Siddha. Bhukta is a fruity worker or a karmi. Mukta is a jnani who is looking for liberation or merging with the Supreme. And Siddha is a mystic yogi who wants to attain some material mystic powers. So they can never be peaceful because they have selfish interests. And he's praising devotees that they are in the advanced stage of spiritual life, being engaged in preaching. Srila Prabhupada continues, but let any man see our devotees working so hard for Krishna, then let anyone say that they are not better than any millions of so-called yogis and transcendentalists. That is my challenge. Srila Prabhupada is so appreciative of devotees and so convinced that what they are doing is highly valuable and selfless, and he is ready to challenge anyone on this point publicly in any kind of a public forum or on public media. Srila Prabhupada continues, because you are rightly understanding through your personal realization this philosophy of Krishna consciousness, therefore in such a short time you have surpassed all the stages of yoga processes to come to the highest point of surrendering to Krishna. That I can very much appreciate. Thank you very much for helping me in this way. Now, one of the constant features of Srila Prabhupada's letters and Srila Prabhupada's dealings with his disciples and his followers was that he was very, very grateful. And one of the qualities of Krishna is that he is grateful. Similarly, one of the qualities of his pure devotee is that he is very, very grateful. So Srila Prabhupada was often thanking his disciples for helping him in serving his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And again, he is stressing the same point. You have surpassed all the stages of the mystic yoga process, and this preaching, this selfless giving of Krishna consciousness to people is actually the highest point of surrendering to Krishna and the highest point of spiritual realization. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you very much for listening, and speak to you tomorrow. I hope tomorrow again. Have a wonderful evening, and I wish you a happy new year.